Have you ever wondered why employees seek out international jobs? Why they take on all those challenges and hardships? Well, then you're in the right place. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This week we are talking about some of the most common reasons why employees are looking for international jobs. And so today I'm going to give you 5 reasons, and they're going to be both personal and professional reasons. So let's get into it. The first reason we're going to talk about today is curiosity. And this is the reason I personally wanted to move abroad. For some reason, I have always been interested in the way other cultures live. And I think a lot of other employees are seeking out international assignments because they are curious as well. They're interested in other cultures, how they live. They're wondering if they themselves can live in a new culture. They're interested in taking on the challenge of living in a completely different country. And they probably always have wanted to live in South Africa. So when a job opens up in Johannesburg, they go for it. And we've talked about this on this channel before, but I think curiosity is so important when you are on an international assignment, because inevitably things are going to get challenging and a little bit hard. But your curiosity is really what's going to keep you going. It's going to keep you exploring even after a hard day. And it's going to keep you interested in staying abroad and interested in your new country and really able to stick it out for a few years or however long the job posting is for. Are you curious about a different country? Have you always wondered what it would be like to live abroad or learn new cultures and customs? Then searching for an international job might be right up your alley. All right, guys, the second thing we're going to talk about today is career progression. For many large multinational organizations, working abroad is almost considered a requirement for advancement into upper management positions. When a company has several global locations, really upper management or the leadership team is expected to be able to work with people from all different backgrounds and cultures. And there is no better way to get that experience of working with multiple cultures than to move abroad. And not only does that expat employee need to learn about the new culture they're living in, they also have the additional stresses of trying to assimilate to that culture and also help assimilate their family as well. So bottom line, when an employee works abroad, they're gaining a lot of really good skills that's going to significantly benefit them in their career progression when they return to headquarters. All right, guys, our third reason that employees seek international assignments is going to be financial incentives. So when companies send employees on expatriate assignments, normally there is an attractive compensation package to kind of help ease the burden of moving to a new country. And part of that compensation package is going to be what some companies call a bonus or maybe an uplift. And that is going to be an amount that is paid out to the employee, usually either monthly or yearly to them. And the amount of that bonus is going to correlate directly to how difficult the country is that you are going to be moving to. For example, if you are going to be moving to, let's say, an African country versus a European country, you will probably get a higher bonus or compensation package. Because very, very broadly speaking, please don't attack me in the comments, but generally speaking, it is going to be more difficult for you to move yourself and your family and assimilate to an African country versus a European country for most folks, depending on where you're coming from, depending on your home country. Thus, those expatriate employees will be paid more. And quite honestly, guys, a lot of companies just find it difficult to find employees that are willing to relocate and move their entire family for a few years to a different country. And these large compensation packages are a tool that companies can use to attract and retain high talent in some of those more remote global locations. But I personally do not think money should be the reason that you go on an expatriate assignment with your company. If you are chasing the money, you are inevitably going to find yourself in a difficult country. You're going to find yourself in a hard situation. And if that is the only reason you're there, eventually the money is not going to feel like enough, or it's not going to feel like it's worth it anymore. And you won't be able to stick it out for the entire length of the assignment that the company wants you to be there. and inevitably you will probably be going home early and it will be considered a failed assignment. So really, I don't think seeking out money is a good way to go about looking for an international assignment. But don't let this happen to you guys. I am a firm believer that money is a positive thing and it can make positive change in your family and your community and within the world. But all the money will not help fulfill you, and it will not make a difficult expatriate assignment worth it. So the fourth thing we're going to talk about is travel. And this is probably the second biggest reason I wanted to move abroad. I did some traveling just a little bit in my 20s and I really enjoyed it and I wanted to do more of it. And I have learned being an expatriate, one of the best parts is the travel and the ability to use your new country as a launching pad to explore other countries within that region. When we lived in Angola, we were able to easily get to several African countries on very short flights. Kenya was about a 3-hour plane ride, South Africa was a 3-hour plane ride, but if I had been living in the US, it would have easily been an overnight, probably about a 14, 16-hour flight. And that, again, takes up several days of travel. So being an expatriate and being closer to a different region and being able to explore that region is definitely one of the reasons that people will seek out an international job posting. All right, guys, we've got our final fifth reason that employees seek out international job postings, and that's going to be a lifestyle change. In meeting people from all corners of the world, I have come to realize that a lot of people don't want to live the exact same life for their entire life. They want to go out and try something different. And for me personally, I really do enjoy the challenge of, because it is a challenge, I enjoy the challenge of moving every few years, and I really enjoy just learning new cultures and trying on a new life for size, so to speak. I love the fact that when we lived in Angola, we had a driver and we couldn't go anywhere really without a driver. And then when we moved to Buenos Aires, we walked everywhere and we didn't need a driver and we could go to so many places just within our neighborhood. So it's really enjoyable for me, and I think for a lot of other employees that are looking for international jobs, to try on a different life for size, to see what life is like doing something different, living in a different country, but also just a different lifestyle, like walking everywhere or not walking everywhere. And I really think this fifth reason is very timely right now after what has been going on in 2020 and 2021. I think a lot of people right now are kind of reevaluating their lives and seeing, what's important to them. And to a lot of employees, that might be being in a more global location and getting a different life experience or a lifestyle change. And looking for an expatriate job or an international job posting is going to give those employees just that. Because believe me, there is no better way to switch up your life and give yourself a lifestyle change than to move abroad. All right, guys, that has been 5 reasons that I think employees look for international job postings. Did you see yourself in any of those reasons? I'm curious if you did. Let me know in the comments. And I will be back next week with another expat-related video. Bye, guys.